flow states, high performance, creative genius, workflows, group flows. My friends, here's just some quick keys on the flow state. It starts with how you show up. It starts from this pole over here that is of peace and stillness and centeredness. You see, my friends, the deepest flow states, the highest creative potential, like the most effective practices, they all are sourced from the depth of you. They come from this place that is still and that is authentic and congruent inside of you, right? And this is a practice of showing up. I could go make much further videos in showing up, but right here, my friends, when it's time to step into a container, whether you're going to martial arts class, you're showing up, for an intimate, date with your girlfriend, you're showing up for a presentation you got to give, public speaking, doing your work project, doing your creative tasks, letting the magic happen, my friends. When you want to let the magic happen, the first thing we must do is dissolve. We must dissolve and attain that superior empty self. This is the Shakti pole of flow states. So I'm going to make a further video on the Shiva and Shakti of creative genius. But right here, my friends, the Shakti pole of flow states, think about it as the consciousness that was before and will be after. It's the stillness, the observer. It is pure consciousness in this being, right? And breathing into the depth of you. You see, my friends, we cannot access a flow state if we're not in a place to fully engage our heart and mind with whatever is in front of us, to show up fully present with something. That begins far before, It starts in the practice that you're cultivating throughout the day, but ultimately, before you step into a container, my friends, it's time to dissolve. Like, how deeply can you breathe into non-being? How deeply can you breathe into the void and let the solve, coagula happen, okay? This is alchemy. So dissolve before you step into the container, meaning just find peace, find stillness, but in the stillness, it's not drifting off. A lot of misconceptions about meditation being, when I meditate, like I start daydreaming, or like I get tired. No, my friends, this type of meditation I'm talking about is invigorating. I'm talking about connecting to the depth of you, all of you, fully present, right here. The I am here. I am here. Okay? That's the first step, really. Step 2, my friends, is full engagement, heart, mind, vigorously in the body. This is Shakti. So the Shakti pole of flow states, my friends, is about dancing with the full expression of love and the universe through you. So there's always this dichotomy, my friends, especially when it comes to states that are like of mastery, right? We're talking about rest and motion, like dissolving and coagulating, or crystallizing. We're talking about, energy and power and stillness and awareness, okay? This is the yang or the yang, and this is the yin. And when once we attain this superior empty self, we're ready to move inside of it, but staying connected to our essence, staying connected to the depth of us, and being congruent with that, okay? Now, how do we move? That's a great question. How do we move into that creative container, right? Or into that relationship. If I showed up to an intimate setting, maybe we're having a clearing, maybe we're just going deep with things with my girlfriend, right? And I had centered myself, but then I started thinking, whatever. If I started thinking about what I want, or what I want to create, or what I'm scared about, or if I start thinking, she's gonna sense my lack of connection to my depth, right? Like the counterpart. If you're going into a group setting and all of a sudden you got trapped in your mind because you're overthinking doing something, you're overthinking your presentation and whatnot, therefore you are no longer firing on all levels of your being, right? If you have an intimate relationship with a woman, you understand that they can sniff that out instantaneously. Men can do that too, right? And it is ultimately about, my friends, if I'm going to show up to something, it is not about just showing up with just my mind, Way up here, no, it's embodiment, right? After finding that stillness is to move in singularity, okay? Singularity. How you do it is everything. This is going to be a follow-up video, my friends. It's all about the how. So when showing up, if you're about to go paint a picture, write a book, sing a song, whether it's an athletic performance, like a business performance, a creative container, whatever kind of container it is, my friends, showing up to that connected to your depth, moving in singularity. But here it is, how you do it, my friends. Let the glee of your inner child be free. Be you, my friends, be you. Right? Creative genius doesn't come if we're not creating from the depth of us, okay? If we're not sourced in something real, something like that's true to our heart, that's like actually, close to our nature and close at hand right now. If we're not creating from the depths. Also, creative genius can't happen if we care too much, if we're too serious, if we're too disengaged with life, right? We must get into the vibe and the rhythm of time. We must get connected to this very moment, whether that looks like moving your body, whether it looks like making yourself go laugh in the mirror, run around, right? Do a little dance, do a little skit, do something to get the energy into the body. This is the feminine principle, right? And in doing that, right, on this pole, this feminine pole, there's this spontaneous, childlike, connected energy, right? That's sourced from your depth. So, yeah, that's just kind of an intro into the Shiva and Shakti of flow states, my friends. Ultimately, if we want to show up to something and have a raw, organic, powerful, moving, influential experience in anything and let our genius flow out of us, we must dissolve first and then fully engage with our heart and our mind, right? Like not even let the resistance enter, just fully give yourself over to what you are doing, fully engage with it, but stay restful at your core, stay centered at your being, right? The next thing I want to dive into, maybe in a follow-up video, is how you do anything, my friends. It's not about what you're doing, okay? I love Bruce Lee. All things are means here on earth. Life is but a means. What does that mean? He's basically saying, my friends, it's about no destination. Life is a journey. You've heard it a million times, right? Well, it's not about what you're getting out of something. It's not about what you're creating. It's not about the fact that you're going to the gym. It's not about the fact that you're doing some kind of performance, right? It's about how you are doing each and everything in your life, my friends, because guess what? If you want the keys to power, congruence, and flow, it is about learning how to be you and let you be fully expressed in every moment of existence. Whether you're washing the dishes, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're having a conversation with someone you hate or someone you love, right? You fully there, right? Having the integrity to actually show up to moments, to actually be you in the moments, to be playful, to pursue excellence, to show up with grace, to show up in your highest wisdom you can embody right here and now. My friends, how you do anything builds momentum, and how you do everything defines you. It's not about what you do or who you are. It is about how you are. It is about how you are. What makes a little kid beautiful? I think of Irie. This beautiful friend of mine. He's 4 years old. And when I gave him the sage to go sage the house, it made me die in tears of just joy and it was so beautifully cute. Here's Ari running around like a little martial arts master, waving the sage into the corners and casting out little spirits and just being so funny and being so him. And it's he's just burning sage around the house, the act itself is meaningless, my friends. The act itself, what you are doing, isn't important. It is about who is doing the doing, right? It is about connecting and being you through it so that you can get to know you. My friends, if everything down here, if every end disappears, right? If everything we do create are right here and now, is soon dissolving and disappearing. And like Earth, nothing lasts. What's the point? The point is to learn about the means, is to learn about you. You are the means, my friends. Is to learn about you through the earth, through the doing, right? And maybe that's just a little spark to think about, right? That's what makes relationships beautiful. That's what makes people interesting, funny, on point. Bruce Lee, off camera, on camera, at the gym, while training, in relationship, multiple people said, there's only one of him. It's him, right? He shows up differently to different containers, but at the source, he's still him, with his vigor, his cat, nature, his shabazz, his jazz. Think about that, my friends, when it's talking about flow states. Those are some notes, some keys on the flow states, talking about high performance, getting in gear, and really just scratching the surface there with that Shiva and Shakti. If we want to talk about depths of your mastery, your genius, accessing flow states and whatnot, we got to go deep into that. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, high performance flow state coaching, definitely shoot me a link or shoot me an email, or you can click the link in the description and apply for a free one-on-one consult with me. Also, just open up a new Facebook group for conscious entrepreneurs and creators, coaches, basically trying to gather a mastermind together, and also create like a small brotherhood of movers out here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. Let me know where you want to go deeper. There's so many points I could make full, videos and series on. I love the flow state. I love learning how to be me. I hope to see you being you. That's the beauty down here. Dancing in the spirit and the flesh, baby. Hell yeah. Have a beautiful day. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. I always really appreciate that. It helps to get seen. And drop a comment, like I said, wherever you want to go deeper. And if you want to support my work, my friends, you can hit me up or find me over on Patreon, or just share this video. I appreciate that a bunch. Peace.